Speaking of great moments, we got a great set ahead of us. We got Anotand versus CSO in the semifinals here, and we already got a nice draft here that we can take a look at. First game, Ottomans versus House of Lancaster on Gorge. Now that's an exciting one.
Now, I can already see from CSO's draft, he's very happy, purely because we have Knights Templar for him already too. So, he didn't get a nice set of water maps to do this on, but I do see that there's a few viabilities in here. Anatan, on the other hand, getting Rus, China, Zushi, he's probably not upset either.
Yeah, he has to be very happy. He's got the meta map, like civs, I want to say. Like Rus China is usually high end of the meta. CSO also shouldn't be too unhappy. He's got some not top in the meta, but still like really solidly performing civilizations going for him. We got Knights Templar, Kavasan, really good map there. Relic River is okay. It's also like there are fishing opportunities. Japan is starting to become more and more popular at the moment, I do want to say. It's really great seeing Japan just like being more figured out now, and players just actually embracing Yumi archers now that they have a reduced cost to them. Now they're even cheaper, and it's just so easy to like you just spam archers nonstop. Suddenly get like 20, 30, 40 archers out there. You add a bannerman, and suddenly they hurt normally.
Well, that's something I'm loving to see emerge because I took a little bit of a break from AoE for a while, and when I came back, it was just. It was wild, and I'm so excited to see these things evolve because from 3 weeks ago, watching EGC games to watching games in the qualifier, I'm just like, is this the same meta? Because things just keep evolving. But guys, we're gonna hop into the first game, so I hope you boys are ready because, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for game number 1.
And here we go, jumping right into our game number 1. We got CSO as the House of Lancaster playing in the color green, Anotand on the other side here on Gorge playing as Ottomans in the color yellow. Wow, I'm really excited for this one, mainly because I also have been trying out Ottomans more and more recently. And boy oh boy, I gotta say, like, it is very, and I want to stress, I cannot stress this enough, it is very annoying when you're up against Ottoman in the late game. But to get there, it is an art. It is something like a needle that you gotta thread with Ottomans. But once you get there, it is so tough to play up against them. And I love these kind of situations where just everything clicks together, and it's like, all right, it's all come together. Now you're in a situation where you can't lose.
Now, with Ottomans, I feel like we were so used to seeing the military school opening, or at least just an early barracks into military school. But recently, with the barracks, there's a little bit of investment in the early game. They go and deny deer, they go and push deer. It's been quite wild with the possibilities. And we do see here, the scout does run past the stray little 2 spearmen to try and see, hey, what do you guys have in store today? Now, he's fully aware of this, but we'll see what comes out of this, because usually what follows up can be quite questionable. I feel like there's a huge question mark on it, and I cannot predict what it will be yet. Are we going to see a military school forced after this? Or is this just going to be a pure flood of units, which we've also seen a lot from Ottomans in recent days?
What we are seeing for sure is going to be some deer luring going on here for Anotand. He's made that impossible for CSO, as he did use his scout to kill off the deer from CSO on his side of the map. And look at the deer positioning from Anotand, both of them right next to each other. He's actually going to try to lure both deer packs with his spearmen. That is ambitious, to say the least. Like, if CSO notices that and gets his scout across the map. But even then, 3 spearmen, like, you can just have 1 spearman on duty to chase after your opponent's scout. If he gets both those deer packs in, that's like basically having 3 pro scouts and an additional 5,000 food safely underneath your TC.
And it feels like CSO doesn't really have a way to contest it fully at the moment, because he has a scout and those are spearmen, and even when you try to snipe a deer here or there, it definitely doesn't go too well. The problem is just he's not trying at all, and that's just going to snowball into Anatand's favor, I believe. I mean, look at that beautiful push, Crackedy. That is absolutely disgusting. But on the other hand, Lancaster Castle's coming up. We've been seeing a lot of 6 manners into Fast Imperial. And I haven't seen CSO on Lancaster and to make a solid deduction just yet. But I guess we'll see what his decision is here. He's also got a double deer pack on this side. So Lancaster, not a civilization that is known for being too desperate for deer. But if you're going for a Fast Imperial build, that is not unheard of. The thing is just when you're playing against Ottomans, they have such a good tempo that it becomes really difficult to do something like that.
I wouldn't say necessarily tempo. They're more like a ramping civilization. In most situations, the value of the military schools just stacks up time and time. Like it takes a while to build up because one unit out there that's nice, but with a single unit you're probably not going to be able to do too much damage. When you get up to 2 units, 3 units, 4 units, suddenly you get a nice little army ball that you can really start making use of. And in those situations, that's when the military skills really start to shine. Like in the late game, with the Castle Age Siege Landmark as well, I think you get up to like 1,000-ish resources per minute worth of military units out of your military schools and everything combined. So suddenly you start having like pretty much even value compared to, let's say, 9 manors there. But one thing that I've actually seen on ladder recently, and especially from like Chinese one tricks. That's where you want to look at if you want like some spicy new strategy, some spicy inspiration. You gotta look at the Chinese one tricks on the ladder, and the current flavor of the month of the of the lunar year, so to say, is actually Fast Imperial into mass siege crews with House of Lancasters, and you just get so many Republicans and Culverins, and you get them so quickly that most civilizations actually do not have the tools of dealing with the Culverins and Republicans in time, because Republicans do so much damage against anything. Is it even against their counters? Archers, crossbows, you actually need the bonus range from the university upgrades in order to deal effectively with Republicans, with your archers. But you don't get that if you're stuck in Castle Age, so it can be a really oppressive strategy. I've actually seen demos come to it today.
That's pretty wild, but I know that many people say like the Chinese are the inventors of the pre-meta, and that's usually why Louis was, I remember for a while, he was quite a cheesy player, but it would just be something that was standard among Chinese players at that point. It's actually pretty wild the things that they do come up with. But yeah, okay. Well, guys, notes to ourselves, and apparently that sounds like a lot of fun to deal with. Goodness. Now, I just want to quickly look at these guys here, guys. It looks like CSO is going for more manors, and we'll see if he does pull off of the stone here eventually. Because usually they're at the 600, we get our big message to see if he's going to go for even more. We do see the upgrade coming through now, and we'll see if any of the gold villages get rerouted. But we might actually have a 9 manor in feudal kind of gameplay.
9 mana would surprise me. 6 mana into the Demi-Lancer and then Castle Age. That's typically what we see. The interesting thing here, something that you can do is, as soon as you have enough resources for your 6 mana, you can immediately start queuing Muster the Nobles. And by the time, like if you use your 4 villagers to build the manor, it's going to be completed just before the tech comes through. So you will get all the nobles in time.
That's exactly.
Did not. He doesn't have the food for it.
Well, I was going to say, you instantly went for the 4 villagers to finish it. I was like, Crackedy, that's wild. Your predictions and your calls, just absolutely perfect. But yes.
It should be right around... He just needs a little bit more food. I think he just mismacroed a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like something that takes a lot of precision to execute. More villagers going onto food now. A lot of them on gold. So let's go see if muster the nobles. The nobles have been mustered. So with these units,
advertisement there. I did the math on that one. I do have a build order for that one. It's actually written like you can find on AU4 guides. It is crazy what kind of time you can get with that. Like you can get the muster nobles out like 7 minutes and they're all out, from the 6 manors. It can be so incredibly annoying with that. I think that's probably what we're gonna see. Just like try and be annoying and find that timing for Castle Age behind that. Do you have the barracks though?
With the barracks, you could potentially just see pure focus on getting the upgrades. This is okay. So this is where Crackedy. This is where I'm asking questions because I know that you are so freaking knowledgeable with being a very high-level player as well. Just understanding exactly why these decisions are made. But if you're seeing a barracks at this point, is it because of the upgrades that you want to get into Imperial, or is it actually because you are doing this with a goal, and the goal is to be aggressive? Because you know your opponent is also a civilization that likes to sit back and get free units. I just feel like Lancaster does that a tiny bit better with their current timings. Oh my goodness, Crackedy, we're getting the White Tower. This spells what we're going to be expecting,
White Tower
right?
is coming in. Yeah, with White Tower, CSO is going to be getting 3 free Earl's Guards. So he's going to have a couple of men-at-arms, could reinforce that with more Earl's Guards. That's not really something that you want to do. Even though Earl's Guards are really good, they don't scale that well in mass, and crossbows still deal with them rather handily. So maybe it's just a reaction to if Anotand potentially goes for like a cavalry play, that he's going to have the barracks immediately ready for Spearman in defense, and we are seeing a Spearman upgrade coming in right now, so I guess that's what that was for. Anotand already using the Vizier Point has 2 free Imams that he can immediately use to gather up some of the relics. And it's nice that he was able to choose the Vizier Point first for that, because he didn't rely on the additional sheep, because he pushed in all the deer, so he didn't need all the additional sheep from the Vizier Point.
Now, getting all that food, it definitely puts you in a position where you can sit back and actually do the game that you want to do, that you can only do against your low-ranked friends, because they won't be harassing you. But these guys are most likely going to need to be used to deny some of these relics. He will be seeing them disappear from the map, but the question is now, does he respond to it? The Earl's Guards definitely are, but with these guys being Castle Age already, these spearmen are going to look like they're made of paper if they're not all grouped up and ready to impale. Now, it does look like he does not want to take any unnecessary damage on these boys, and Earl's Guards rerouting as well. The horses do run a little faster, so probably going to have a little bit more luck finding that relic at the back. But the Earl's Guards do love a good spearman fight as well.
It's not finding the relic, Imam, and Anotand's gonna be able to sneak 2 relics back home immediately. CSO, he is actually reinforcing more and more Earl's Guards behind this. Very interesting so far, and the dagger throw, it is really strong. Anotand, though, on his side, he's mixing in knights, he's mixing in crossbowmen, more spearmen just as a front line at the moment. And knights should be able to deal really well with all of the units here at the moment. From CSO. Mind you, CSO, he didn't go for the King's College, so he does not have access to the +6 bonus upgrade, +6 damage against heavy armored units for the Demi-Lancers. Waldo comes in. You can never forget that these Demi-Lancers don't hit as hard as a Knight, so it feels really hard, or rather, it feels really difficult to judge whether or not you can really commit to killing an Imam during the Wallo.
We actually had a game in this qualifier that Voldemort lost against someone, or he was Voldemar's Mongols, and he was playing very similarly to this, but getting Earl's Guards, just a massive Earl's Guards, because of the crossbow numbers, you just cannot mass up fast enough. They were sniping out the crossbows as they came out. So it was definitely something I think got inspired by here, and I was worried here for a second that the CSO was thinking something similar, but it seems like he's just going to go for that Imperial age up pretty soon. And this is going to be very hard to deal with because, like you said, they don't charge very hard. But if these boys become elite, they are going to break most things in half once they get that charge off. A few lances, though, he needs to find a little bit of damage. And we do see them here at the back.
We got Palace now coming in. Anotand wants to pick off a couple of villagers here. We do have the White Tower in the defense, though. One villager is going to go down. Michael gets sacrificed as well. Demi-Lancers trying to find some value here, but are going to get intercepted by the Spearmen. The thing is, though, CSO, he managed to delay Anotand a lot. He managed to feign the aggression. Anotand probably did not or does not expect the fast Imperial Age behind it because he saw so many units out in the field. It's like, who does that? Who makes so many units and then doesn't commit to the age? House of Lancaster, they do that. They do that a lot.
And we'll see what the innocent Anotand response is, because the moment he sees that age up, I feel like panic is about to ensue. No villagers getting rerouted. The thing is, he has a pretty good split anyway to follow into that, but I don't feel like he gets the same value from going there himself. So we'll see if he just queues up a lot of units to try to keep up here. Now, he still has that knight running around, but now CSO has some extra strong units doing the rounds. And you can see now, they are feeling confident, walking into a spearman just a little bit. And we'll quickly see when we start seeing these units pour out of the buildings. Garrison Command, yet another one.
Spearmen.
And they're just going to keep ramping up. Crossbows being the weapon of choice here, and Springles. So
Springles makes a lot of sense. You get them up very quickly, and they just deal with this infantry ball so well.
But the problem is, you will struggle to find damage now. We do see that CSO is trying to get out onto the map and get a little bit of food. He doesn't have all those manners, but this is not something that will get punished too easily, because that Spearman mass, there's going to be a lot of them to put in every single position you need. CSO just needs to make sure that he does put them in the right places.
Anotand's still doing a good job of distracting CSO here on the sides with a couple of knights raiding here and there. While he is gonna transition himself into Imperial Age, and similar to CSO, he is gonna get some additional value from that. Mainly, he is going to be able to pump out a lot more units a lot quicker from his military schools. And that's gonna be very important because he needs mass. CSO is gonna try and flood units, so he needs to do the same thing in this situation. And he's getting really close to the Imperial Age now. How many military schools does he have? Is he on 3 or is he already on 4? I see 3 so far.
Yes.
Yeah, 4 military schools. So he already got the vizier point for the 4th military school. He's soon going to be able to build a 5th one. And yeah, with that, he should be able to flood out quite a lot of units. As we mentioned earlier, roughly 1,000 resource per minute worth of units coming out from all of his military schools.
And it does look like with the amount of Springles we get, definitely dealing with a Spearman mass should be a lot easier. CSO not able to constantly produce from this because obviously his resources are running a little bit low. And we can see him finally doing a little bit of a farm transition too. But I do count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Guys, we have 10 farms. There was a song written about this actually. So from here on, we just need more buildings.
Yeah, losing to buildings can definitely be a thing when you're up against this. It's similar to Ottomans. Like, you kill the economy. It's like there are like 3-4 civilizations where that happens again. You got the House of Lancaster, you got the Ottomans, then you get what was it? Mali as well, where you kill like 30-40 villagers. And it's the buildings. It's the buildings that kill you. The pit mines, the cattle.
That's when it hurts, isn't it?
That's the real menace.
No. I am a little bit... I would like to see if he does switch over to Great Bombards, but it doesn't seem like he's interested. He just wants more Springles. And it makes a lot of sense, because you know what is going to be waiting for you at the end of this. And apparently it's 32 Spearmen, pending more. So, 40 Spearmen in a second. Now, the question is just if CSO is going to be able to find a good timing with these. Now, we do see Anotand also going on to the rest of the map, as suspected. As you know, the gold runs a little thin. But CSO is pretty much tucked inside his base for now. So I feel like he is giving Anotand's getting the opportunity to actually, you know, sit back, get the upgrades he wants, getting scythe wands now. Especially being on 3 relics, that's a very happy Anotand to be. But I don't know. I feel like Anotand does have the weapons to take this on. At least for now.
Something that he's doing right now, he's using all of his military schools to produce archers. Now, Archer's not the highest value unit, but that also means that they get produced much quicker from those military schools. And you can see, like, just from the military schools, he's already on 10 archers. That happened quite quickly.
And getting that amount of archers is going to help significantly when you're dealing with this many spears. For the Il's guards, they do need an extra little tap. That is why those crossbows are going to be at the ready. But CSO going for a very one-dimensional comp for now, and we've seen this, obviously, work pretty well. But this can be very limiting, and we will see if he's going to be able to find some damage in this anyway. He's not splitting up the units like we usually see from Lancaster, who can just overwhelm. But now, the Spearmen are finally ready to show their heads.
Yeah, but they really want to not be there, as the Springald have been shown now. Against 5 Springalds with mass infantry, that's their element. That's where they shine. That's where they want to be.
Now, they do have the numbers on Anotand's side right now. Anotand is in a very happy position here, as he will be able to push back onto this. The thing is just, if he gets caught out with these bad boys, it's going to get a lot harder. But it feels like Anotand is just in a pretty good spot. He's just going to keep pushing and keep the pressure up and see if he can bleed out the Lancaster.
I think that's maybe a little bit deceiving, though. As CSO, he does have way more military mass. It's just not really present and also kind of getting countered out. A lot of his units are currently sitting on the south side, moving towards the sacred side. Maybe going for a raid in that direction. Something that I would really like to see is a switch up into the siege part from the wing-up post. Instead, we're seeing cavalry, but I'm not a big fan of that. Mainly because I personally think demi-lancers are kind of useless unless you have the Colors of Essex.
Now, when I see a lot of horses flooding my way, usually, like you said, they are a lot scarier when you do have those unique upgrades as well. But with the amounts that we're going to be seeing, it's going to take a while to get there. I don't think he has the upgrades for the Hobblars either, so they're not going to have that much of an impact as a unit. But of course, those Demi-Lancers do come out quite nicely. The question is just, is he going to be able to find damage with those? Or is that purely for a straight-up engagement? Because the straight-up engagement, it doesn't feel like Anotand's going to make that too easy.
Yeah, I mean, this is still very tough at the moment, I want to say. For CSO, actually. Like, Anotand, he's getting a really good army mass in. Scutich is only just now coming in for CSO, so he will finally start getting some gold from his manners. There's a lot of spearmen coming in right now. I would have actually loved seeing them just try and burn down the military schools there. 2 military schools down would like severely dampen the production speed from Anotand. Also just sit in the wood line for the time being. A couple of raids coming in from Anotand as well there in the wood line. Spearmen. Enough to kill a couple of villagers here already. Both players right now just trading out a little bit of economy here, as they do have a lot of troops. More military than villagers at the moment.
And Anotand now extending a little bit with these spring ults, but CSO is not taking it. And they would have been able to kill 2 of these, but at the cost of a lot. So you do have to consider whether this will be worth it for them. But now it feels like CSO is feeling a little bit more comfortable to raid. The question is the quality of this army. It feels like it's going to deal with a CSO mass pretty quickly.
Yeah, the Springles are doing a good job. Wait, never mind. Okay, wanted to say, okay, one Springle just got deleted, but at the same time, the Springles just deleted those Spearmen as well. So it's a deletion on a mutual basis, but the villagers get caught out on the gold. No reaction from Anotand, just now notices, but he just lost like 10, 12 villagers there in the blink of an eye. That is devastating. He does have a good amount of gold in the bank, but still, that hurts so much. And the siege just got sniped by CSO. He did mess up enough of the cavalry here, where the worst stats didn't matter, and manages to snipe the entire siege battalion from Anotand. And now Anotand, he's 20 villagers behind. Still has good military, but CSO, his economy is just so good with those 9 manners, with Scutich now as well. And yeah, I mean, Anotand, he has to really just invest into his archers now. He's already gotten incendiary arrows in, so these archers are going to do a lot of damage. Not sure if he's got some bowstrings in already. Doesn't look like it.
These guys are finally going to do some damage to those demi-lancers as well, but at the same time, those very mobile units are finally making their way into the economy. Like I said earlier, it feels like he just needs to be able to find some economic damage, and honestly, CSO found the best amount. Absolutely destroying everything in front of him. We can just see these demi-lancers doing amazing work, taking down so many villagers. And the question is just, is Anotand going to be able to come back from this, and how? So, does he need a second TC? Will that even help him? Does he have the time for one? Or is Lancaster just too strong at this point and will be running away with the economy that they already have?
At the end of the day, typically, it's still not necessarily the economy that wins the game. Typically, it's the unit mass. Sometimes the economy supplements the unit mass, but military is king at the end of the day. And if you kill your opponent, even if they have like 200 out of 200 in economy, that doesn't really matter. And that's where Anotand still has a lot of value with those military schools. So never count Ottomans out quite yet. We now have a switch up from the military schools. No longer is Anotand making archers. He just switched over to knights. Still hemorrhaging a couple of villagers here and there, but At this point, it's just about the trades, and they're also not looking that great for Anotand, to be honest.
Anotand is struggling to get back on his feet. We see him not crossing the 44 villager boundary that CSO has set up. He actually does need to get a few extra permits to make the villager numbers grow again, and CSO is just constantly raiding. He's asking himself, where can I shut him down best? And honestly, that is wherever he pleases. Because now he's got masses. Anotand has a few masses where he could potentially do some damage, but these are all spotted by a tower as well. So even units in a position like this will get caught out, but that is a lot of archers that will be coming out. The thing is just, they are going to be running into a lot of yeomans themselves.
And there's just more and more of these couple of just raiding troops coming in from CSO. Elite now also in on the Earl's Guard together with Elite Army Tactics. So these are some very, very strong and hefty infantry units there inside the base of Anotand. Springle's still doing a great job there, keeping the army count low inside of his own base. Anotand, I mean, he did add a second TC, so he does have some scaling chance. And this could be a way back. The mass market play here and just start trading a lot. But CSO, he scouted it, and now he's moving his entire military force over there to deny any semblance of trade from happening.
And shutting this down is probably the only thing he needs to do to continue that pace of the game that he has set. You can see CSO, he still has quite a bit of pop space. And guys, honestly, when you're looking at the military mass, you can see that CSO is very far ahead. And army value as well, just absolutely cranked out. Now the Spring LC is standing in a questionable position. They should be able to clean up these old guards that are looking their way. But there's a massive army coming forward here as well. It does look like these markets will come up, but the question is, will a trader ever make it to their final destination?
That's the question here indeed. Now CSO, he's starting to posture in front of Anotand's base. Anotand, I mean, he is starting to get some more raids in now with a couple of knights, honestly, and there are still ways for him to win. Oh, look at that. We got trade backs in. So these traders are actually going to get a lot of value in if they manage to find the trades. And I think he might need some keeps there, actually, in order to like secure some map control. CSO already has a trebuchet out, though.
Yeah, and getting just a singular trebuchet out means that you already have to respond with your composition. And luckily, Anotand is responding with that composition by getting units that can actually get on the back line. Because with the trebuchet, you, in the current state of the game, you're able to just protect yourself as a Lancaster with all those spearmen. Honestly, I'm saying he's adjusting the composition, but I realize with those amount of spearmen, you can just circle them around the trebuchet and no horse shall pass. So this is going to be a very tough fight, but you can see with CSO completely overwhelming Anotand, he has to go up, and then he has to move his army down, and then he has to move up again, and then you have to look back down, and it's just constant. And the siege, they are very, very slow. They're not liking this one bit.
Yeah, Trader's getting caught out here right now as well. Going down really, really quickly. Just these couple of demi-lancers causing so much of the army from Anotand to have to shift position-wise. So moving forward, though, Anotand does have the advantage when it comes to the overall archer number. CSO, though, he does have a lot, and I mean a lot of Earl's Guards here. Armored units should be doing really, really well here, honestly.
It does.
Incendiaries shouldn't be making that much of a difference, but we got Springle shots! Oh, but the Springles are melting the entire infantry here from CSO.
The front line looked like they all just collapsed on top of one another. It was a destruction, as we would say here. And this army looks like it will be able to get on top and clean this out, but the problem is, that's not CSO's main army. He's got more coming. Oh, he's got villagers coming this way as well. Reinforcements arriving too. But the siege being pretty slow, they're going to take a while to get here, and the reinforcements will be waiting, as we can see. Well, let's go see what those villagers have in mind. They actually are thinking about big gold. Very nice.
I mean, CSO, he recognizes that Anotand, he's very much gold-starved, going for the trade and anything in that relationship. So CSO just getting that keep up there on the large gold vein means that Anotand is not going to have any gold access over there on that side of the map.
And just like this, you can see the army is being pushed back. That very confident army has been met with reinforcements. And then again, Another attack coming from the top, and that is just showing exactly what CsO has on mind. He is just shutting down everything, trying to get as much damage done and splitting up that army because he does not want to face Siege head on. He just learned what that meant.
Anotand has managed to somewhat pull ahead now, economy-wise. A lot of that is probably also due to traders that are, well, still just getting killed at the same time. This is still not, like, far from a They do drop off, and they don't need, like, just one trip, and they paid at least the gold part back from their cost. But still doesn't feel good. The archers here from Anotand, they're also a little bit out of position. There's enough units here from CsO to just go. To just ignore the counter relationship that's going on here and just send it in.
And it looks like Anotand is trying his best at shutting down the shutdown on the train. You can see the wood lines are being tapped out as well. The villagers probably also don't want to be splitting up because they know they're going to get picked off by these raids. But those springals are machine gunning on top of this front line.
Yeah, indeed. So many of these infantry units just going down very, very quickly here. And that's exactly what Anotand needs. We see a synchronized shot coming in, but not able to do too much here. We do see those Springles really causing havoc there. Not really firing onto the big mass right now, though, and that allows CsO to dive on top of them. The archers get completely surrounded out now. Springles are going down underneath the sheer mass from CsO. Still 80 military units from him out on the field. Anotand down to the mid-20s now. And now the rest of the archers are going down to the cavalry. And this means that the tap out is going to have to happen here. CsO able to win game number 1 in this best of 5.
This was quite a tough game, but I don't think Anotand feels too bad about this loss, knowing what he's probably seen from the House of Lancaster, but learning quite a bit about CsO's ability to shut down, being even a little bit greedy, going a little bit out for resources. CsO showing us exactly what Lancaster can do if you put up that pressure and at the same time just give it time to boom. I feel like Anotand did have a window there, but at some point CsO just completely obliterated that army. It might have been positioning, or it might have been just that Anotand was never in that position himself. Crackedy, you are the one for the breakdown there for sure.
I mean, to be fair, like, this was pretty straightforward in the end. Like, Anotand, he was in a decent-ish position, I want to say, in the mid-game. Managed to get 3 relics. I think it should have been a situation where he should have maybe gotten, like, even more than that. But that one large loss of villagers on the large gold vein, that really hurt him, because it was right at the point in time where he needed gold for upgrades. Right when he hit, like, the Imperial Age, or when he was, like, mid-Imperial Age, wanted to get all the upgrades possible. And at that point in time, losing 10, 15 villagers on gold, that really sets you back quite a bit. And in that situation, just not able to recover, had to go for a second TC, and just so many points where he had to stray away from the game plan, stray away from what you usually want to be doing at that point, build up your military, get upgrades, try to go for raids and stuff like that. Instead, had to reinvest into the economy, try and scale, but in the end, Lancaster, they do have their scaling pretty much done for when Feudal Age ends, when they do have all the manas up. So by that point in time, like, they're fully set. They just want to invest into military, into upgrades. And we saw that here, CsO just getting this huge military count and harassing on all fronts. And in the end, like, after he harassed enough, that's when he was able to close out the game.
And he definitely made it look like it wasn't that difficult, but we'll see if he can pull it off in the second one. Now, we do see the next matchup being Rus and Japan, which, I mean, everybody has been saying that Rus is in a really good place right now, and the bans have been speaking for themselves. So, how are we feeling about the matchup, though?
The matchup, I mean, when it comes to Castle Age, I think that cavalry archers are still, like, really, really good overall. And they're very hard to deal with. You do have, like, your pseudo cavalry archers with the Onamushas. They feel really, really bad when you use them up against cav archers, just because they don't trade cost effectively at all. Having to pay 60 gold per Onamusha, like, whenever you lose some of them, it just hurts. It really, really hurts. Now, We do have Yumi archers though coming into the meta, and suddenly everything's possible again. Suddenly everything could happen. I'm still not a big fan of just how expensive those crossbows are, but they there's something that you might need if Roos at some point in the mid game starts just pumping out knights with Boyer's Fortitude.
Now, guys, as you can see, my face has been replaced, just like that, quick in and out, and we have been joined by a brand new face, Mr. Sassy. So, Sassy, go ahead, let me test the volume and let's get into game two.
Hello. Can everyone hear me well? Everything
Oh, that's
okay?
good.
Hello, Crackedy.
Yo, Sass, how you doing, man?
I'm doing fine, thank you. Thank you. Everything fine? We're all good?
Everything fine. Yeah.
Okay,
What
great.
do you think about Roos versus Japan at the moment? I think like Japan has some interesting mechanics at the moment going for them, especially like with the return of the Yumi Archer. Just like we saw them for like a small brief period of time where people went like fast castle into Yorishiro and Archer Range just pump out Yumis. Now that they're even cheaper, we see the same thing happening again.
Yes, and kind of no, because Yumi has one of the advantages of Yumi archers are their mobility, right? But what are you going to do against like horse archers? I'm thinking. I still favor Rus here. I feel
Yeah.
like if I was to play this on Dry Arabia right now, I think I would prefer it to be Rus because Japan has really good mobility and really good map control when it comes to it, right? Like mounted samurai plus onamushas that like you can just counter any knight in the game or any heavy cavalry in the game, at least in the early castle age. So, but here, Rus horse archers just kind of break that, right? Like they do overall good damage against the knights, the mounted samurai, and they just murder all the mushas.
Hmm.
So and they are fairly cheaper to and faster to mass than the mushas from the Japan side. So plus you got monks on horses. So I would like to be Rus here. I still
Yeah.
favor Rus.
Yeah, Roos, obviously, there's never really a time where they slow down with their pacing at all. Like the castle age tends to come in really, really quickly, and then the trade house, it just provides you with so much, right? Like you get all the deer in, you get the bonus gold in. It means that there's never really a point in time where Roos slows down, where they need to do like a big farm transition, just courtesy of having all those deer spawn all the time and in the pro scout meta as well. It's really tough. I think Japan, maybe there are some windows of opportunity here for them. I know CSO really, really enjoys, or I know at least personally that he enjoys the army composition of mass honor Bugeisha and mass mounted samurai. I just don't really see where those can really deal with mass cav archers, at least in like medium, like low to medium numbers. In like large numbers, maybe if you like get a good surround in, but other than that, I think Cav Archers are just such a supreme rating unit and such a supreme unit at taking down like small groups of units.
Yep. And let's see how they will handle this.
So game number 2, CSO able to win the first one. We do see a little color switch up. CSO now taking on the color pink here in this one. We are gonna follow those scouts around. Yellow is a tough color to find sometimes, so we're gonna look around there again a little bit. Yeah, Roos, are we gonna see additional scouts coming in from Anotand? He did. Is that a double hunting cabin opener? It would make sense, right? Like we see that more and more often at the moment. Well, actually, I don't want to say more and more often. It's been meta for a while to go double hunting cabin opener with Roos, especially since like the rework when it came to the bounty.
Yep, exactly. And now we see quite even number of sheep on our screen here with beautiful split screen. What do you think about this sheep situation, Crackety?
Oh yeah, we're in a
This has
sheep
been
situation at the moment. It's a hot topic.
yeah, it's a hot topic recently, right?
Yeah, it's been coming up again, and
Yeah.
more so than ever. I think personally, like the sheep situation, I don't think you can take the RNG completely out of it, just because it's such a core part of Age of Empires, always has been. What I would personally like though, and this is where I might get some flack here for saying this, but personally, I think it is absolutely okay to steal mechanics from Age of Empires 2 for Age of Empires 4 because this is the next game in the series. This is the same genre, this is the same franchise, but we're the next game. We can steal mechanics. And a mechanic I would love to see is just more more like importance to scouting decisions early on. I would love to see reduced movement speed, reduced line of sight for vision for scouts in Dark Age, for example, that gets stealth upgraded in Feudal Age, and then more predictable sheep spawning around the base of players. That would be something that I would really like to see.
Yeah, I agree with that. Although this was like one of the first things I've seen in Age of Empires 4, right? Like I just got it like in the open beta, and then I was just watching all that beautiful sheep just following the scout. They're just like extremely cute to me, up to this day. Like after thousands of hours in the game, watching and playing, there's still something about them. Look at them, how cute they are, how cute they're following the scout. Although I would love to see some sheep, just like this sheep situation balanced out, like giving, let's say, 8 sheep per player, like around the base, and just scatter some around on the map. But yeah, I'm not sure. We will have to test and find out. Well, we had the days when we started with just only 1 sheep, so we came a long way, didn't we? Like I feel like we came a long way in Age of Empires 4, like from Dark Age to like Imperial Age, and now like we're getting more like finer details, like we're focusing on more detailed stuff like the steer pushing, this like sheep distribution, focusing more on the maps, and yeah, like we came a long way thinking about it, and now we see a beautiful top 8 player at his work, pushing all of those deer towards his base. This is a very high level mechanic right here. You can see he's pushing them beautifully on the bottom left of your screen there. CSO is looking to interrupt this.
Yeah, and he's getting some value in, but this doesn't really matter, right? Like the interruption here doesn't matter. It's all about just getting them closer, and in the end, you're still gonna get pro scouts. You're still gonna get them right underneath your TC. This is just like, you got the APM. There's nothing else to do. You pretty much know what your opponent's doing because you got a 3rd scout anyways. So might as well, while I'm waiting for pro scouts to come in anyways, get my deer a little bit closer, get the timing a little bit neater. Because sometimes that does happen where you potentially like run out of resources underneath your TC because it takes a long time for the deer to get brought over. And you do want to switch your villagers intentionally like onto deer as quickly as possible just because it's such a quicker food source to gather from. H-Up now comes in for CSO. He did go for he did take his time. He only H-Up with like, what was it, 2 villagers? Right? So he really did take his time, but I think this is intentional because he wants as little idle time as possible on his working villagers, and he's just gonna try to go to Fast Castle as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I think he's not too worried about aging up faster, so he wants that extra bit of resources in order to be able to click up to Castle Age, I believe CSO, and he's not too worried about his deer getting stolen. Like, one of the best things about being able to push your deer in with Ruse is that you can just straight up go for stealing their own deer across the map, right? Because like right now, CSO is just not making anything to prevent this from Anotand's side, so he's just completely free to steal all that deer, and that's indeed what he's looking for here.
CSO's aiming for something.
Up.
Yeah, CSO's aiming for something, and that is he wants to kill Anotand before Anotand hits Castle Age. He just wants to flood units into Anotand's base. And if Anotand is just legitimately going naked Fast Castle Age with Ruse, but not fast because he went Pro Scout, this could kill him.
This could kill him. This could indeed kill him. And Anotand knows, I think. Anotand is aware of what can happen to him.
Yeah,
Look at
we
those
see the
walls around his
panic
base.
walls.
Yes.
These are
Yes,
panic
yes,
walls
yes.
if you've
He
ever
knows.
seen them.
He knows. Yes, he knows. Like at least he knows that it won't be blocked by just like one scout from Japanese, right? So he just wants to get these walls up. Beautiful read by Anotand there. Yeah, he just wants to complete that circle around his base to prevent any mounted samurai coming in, and because like if you're making horse archers and if you're in your base trying to kill heavy units that are just coming at you directly, then they don't do their job because they want to be on the map, they want to be running and gunning everywhere on the map, just not in your base. So yeah, Anotand needs that space and needs that time in order to make enough horse archers uninterrupted, so that he can leave his base and play to get relics, try to do some damage on CSO's economy later on. And these walls will always help him, right? Like even if this game goes like 40 minutes, these walls are gonna help him at some point.
Yeah, 100%. Like these walls are great for him to have right now, and they're going to be great for him to have 10, 15, 20 minutes from now, just keeping the core economy underneath the TC safe and just making raiding very, very difficult. It's always easier to expand on your walling when you already have like a core layer of walls present, because it means that your opponent, like, you can shift inside of these walls without your opponent really knowing what's going on, unless they have got like scouts positioned outside, but then those typically do get sniped. But yeah, High Trade House now coming in, and CSO, he's not going to be able to find his window of opportunity here, is at least going to be able to bring back a couple of relics. That is something that, at least he's going to be getting from Anotand's fully naked Fast Castle Age. I say fully naked, but he did dress up. He did get the walls up.
Yeah, he did. He did dress up. Actually, yeah, it's not fully naked. It's just not the units. He dressed up with walls, right? So yeah, as we can see, like mounted units, very early in the game, mounted samurai, sorry, very early in the game, they're just completely countered by all those walls and all those roost walls. And even though he made a lot of walls around his base, Anotand, like without wheelbarrow even, he still has fairly good timing to castle age, I would
10
say.
minutes.
Sub 10 minutes. That's a fast castle, right?
Yeah, it's decently fast. I mean, you gotta consider, he's got pro scouts behind that as well. He's got like the majority of the deer all underneath the CC. He now has a landmark spawning deer every 45 seconds, I think it was. And yeah, he's chilling. He's literally chilling. Gets the remaining deer in now as well. That's a lot of food to work with while you're like, this is the home of a setup. You just work like, this is your home right now. You're uninterrupted, and now it's time to send the units outside.
Yeah, but these are not the units that you would usually make to go outside with, right? He's just going for crossbows, actually. Yeah,
maybe he just wants to rub it in the face of CSO. Ha, look at the unit that I have, and you don't. You gotta pay like 50% more for your crossbows. Take that.
Well, maybe. And CSO is actually expecting horse archers. Look at that outpost in front of his farms, in front of the Kuro Star House. That's actually to counter any horse archer raids. Like you get a sprinkled tower, sprinkled emplacement on it, and you just like protect your farms. But now, Anotand, is this a bit too optimistic from him? Like getting a monk fairly fast and only crossbows? How many relics is he going to be able to get? Like there's only one that's in the south side of his base. Will he be able to?
Oh, it looks like he's just getting it.
Yeah, he had this Shinto priest coming in from his base, but Anotand just takes that away.
So 4-1.
I'm not
sure.
Could
be worse. Could have been 5-0.
Yeah, it could have been 5-0 with all these walls and crossbows. Like, to be fair, even if those were horse archers, I don't think he would be securing more relics. So yeah, probably the crossbow play is all right here. Like crossbows and knights are coming from Anotand's side right now, and yeah, I don't know, what do you do here as Roos though? Like if CSO just adds Mushas, isn't it kind of slightly better? Like okay, we have a lot of food on our town center, but we cannot really use it if we can't go out or if we can't like tech up or anything. And CSO, we're seeing in the bottom left, that is a beautiful, beautiful Japanese town center there. That's so nice. That looks so pleasing to me.
Yeah, and it's like that's the crazy thing, right? With Japanese, like when they have map control, and they get access to a lot of berries, that's when their food economy can actually keep up with the Rus food economy. The issue that I still see, like even if CSO were to mass on a Musha, is that at some point, like crossbows just scale so much better in straight up like head-to-head engagements, mainly because at the end of the day, damage-wise, they're pretty much even. Attack speed is pretty much even, but the crossbows are just cheaper, so you're gonna have more. And when you have like 30 crossbows, chances are your opponent's only gonna have like 20 on a Musha.
20 on the Musha. I'm not. The Rus has a lot of income, even if they're on like one town center for a very long time in the game, right? But having sacred sites, I feel like this is often underrated thing in the game. Like right now, CSO, like you're not going to decap these sites for quite some time. I feel like you may decap one and then CSO is gonna grab another one. Like these sacred sites are gonna give CSO so much gold, much more than relics, right? Like per relic. This is 100 gold for him, not 80.
Yeah.
Compared to relic, and he already has farms, right? Like okay, we have deer, but that's gonna expire at some point. And CSO has beautiful, I think, 11 farms right now in front of his base, and 2 town centers. Now it's the ball's on Anotand's side, isn't it? Like he has to do something right now with all his knight and crossbow mass, and he has the mass to go out and look for some damage on
Boy's
CSO's
Fortitude
side.
now as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
With Boy's Fortitude, he's able to somewhat mitigate like the benefit from the deflective armor, but this is not looking too good. Like his entire knight count, or at least a good chunk of his knights, getting found out there by the mounted samurai. Now we don't have any Onamusha in yet, so Anotand actually is in a position in theory to push across the map with his crossbows right now. And now he sees the second TC. Now when he sees the second TC, he should know, okay, my opponent, he invested into this, right? I got a window here. I got a window to potentially push out. Question is if he's going to do so. We do have the crossbows moving out right now. There is a window of opportunity here for him.
Yeah, there is a window for opportunity here for him, but CSL already had that outpost in front of his base and has a beautiful wall in the south side of his base. This is going to be tough to crack for Anotand, and he just killed 2 villagers from CSO, but I think he's fairly happy because he just killed, I think that was 2 or 3 knights, and some of them are low HP just running away. And he keeps up making only mounted samurai, by the way. He's not worried about getting any Onamushas. We're all seeing only mounted samurai. I think.
I mean, this is the CSO we know, right?
Yeah, this is the CSO we know, and he's very good at this. Like, those villagers are in danger. Spots in the right time. Anotand manages to kill 1 more, and bunch of idle time under that wood line there. But he has to back off. That's a lot of TC fire.
Is he able to catch him out?
Oh!
Gets
one of them.
Yeah, he gets a couple of them.
Yeah, he got a couple of them, but that one in the end was just completely
Crossbow count's rising though.
Yeah,
getting to a point where they can one-shot.
Well, CSO has 6 more mounted samurai in queue, and yeah, and the equal difference is it's getting bigger. I feel like because
it is.
I feel like he couldn't do enough damage here. Now he's backing off. Maybe he will
weird.
go. Oh, it's Spearman coming from Anotand now.
Mass infantry composition. I mean, that works. I'm just surprised right now that he chose to back off in the first place. Like this is the kind of situation where he saw what his opponent has, and he already has like sufficient counters, I want to say, to that he did decide to back off. CSO, he's scouting out the wall now.
Oh, he's attacking. Like the system is such a good timing, isn't it? Just as Anotand was going for the boar, like that's.
He's not even waiting around.
Beautiful read. Yeah.
He's not even
Yeah, that's
waiting
a
around
great
for it.
move.
He's just hitting, making Anatand's army
Yeah.
move, and now he's moving somewhere else.
Yeah, he's just knocking on the door, right? Like, hey, I know you're going to war right now. I'll be back later because I know your knights are on the way. Probably. There was some units on the way to defend it, and yeah, CSO is really on point here in this game, I feel like. And he's still like now 10 villagers ahead with 4 relics
Is he
to
going
1.
imp?
Is he going
This
imp?
is so scary.
Oh, like army value is still like very close.
No, never mind. Suddenly he just
8,000.
queued up 5 more mounted samurai. I think he's
Okay,
just
he
very
just saw the army.
indecisive.
Yeah, he just saw the army like in front of his base, right? And then he's like, "Oh,
What could he even go
guys,
up with?
guys, let us in, guys, please." Oh,
You're
never
gonna
mind.
need us
He's
in a little
making
bit.
gap. Yeah, yeah, just yeah. Okay, Anotand
Okay, he's
is
getting in
burning them
position.
down. Yeah,
Gets in
he's getting
position. He wants to circle around the knights, but the crossbows are coming in as well. And we're already up to almost 30 spearmen.
Yeah, the spearman count went from 0 to 30 really fast, didn't it? Felt like it.
Definitely did. And I mean, CSO. Oh yeah, we're at that point now. He can one-shot all of them.
We're at that point. I wonder if he could, like, I feel like if he did mushes earlier, like they take the same resource, right?
don't
Like you don't
believe-
have to switch your economy like around
Yeah.
too much. You would like make like mounted crossbows basically, and then like maybe he could just keep Anotand away from his base for a bit longer. But now Anotand, this is a scary push.
He's gonna need Castle of Crows, right? Like, there's no way you age up in this situation with Tanegashima Gunsmith.
Yeah, but like 35 spears, 13 knights, that's a lot of torch damage if your opponent doesn't have any army that you can just torch down anything in their base though.
Maybe you just instantly, like, go Tanegashima Gunsmith and just instantly go for Master Boldicans. Maybe that could work. Like, crossbows don't have that much range.
Oh, although those knights are getting they're
Just passing.
Okay, just passing. But meanwhile, CSO was killing the reinforcements from Anotand, so both of them were distracted there for a bit. CSO losing a big opportunity there. Oh, that's a nice...
Boar?
Whoa, boar at the boar. We're gonna see a lot of villagers die, but fights are happening on two
these
sides, two
crossbows.
fronts.
Yeah, but
CSO
it's
is
80
backing up.
military.
Yeah, that's not a
80
fight that you
military
want to
against
take
30.
there.
There's 14
Yeah.
more mounted samurai in queue at the moment for CSO. He was really banking on that fast Imperial Age. But this isn't the
Yeah.
House of Lancaster. Goodbye, mounted
Yeah.
samurai, you'll be missed.
Yeah, and Anotand wants to get rid of that town center, which has some farms around it, even though they're not buffed yet. That's good damage. There's a lot of house. Oh, mounted samurais are getting sniped one by one. CSO needs
Wants
to
to
be
go
a
for
bit more
surround.
careful. But that's a lot of houses and town center around it. That's a nice choke point for Anotand. As you can see, some of the mounted samurai are just struggling to get into the fight, but yeah, the crossbows are just eating them much faster than mounted samurai
One
are
by
able
one.
to kill the knights. Now more... Yeah, there's a lot of stables around it too. They're just getting
there's no
spawn
way.
killed at this point. Yeah, there's no way.
There's
I
no way
think-
back.
Yeah, looks like there's no way back, but maybe.
Honestly-
maybe CSO still has the bank and still has 10 more knights.
He
in
has the
queue.
bank. And, I mean,
Anotand,
at the end of the
though-
day, economy is even. He's got more relics.
Yeah, like
If
Anotand,
only he had, like, 40 Yumis right now.
yeah, or 20 mushes, right?
Okay, we're getting mass on obligation now. Dude, CSO's like me. He hates ranged units.
Oh yeah, yeah. Who likes them? Like ranged units, come on. Only
don't throw
mounted
torches.
ranged units. Yeah, they don't have torches. Like, come on. It's
Mangadai
2025.
the exception.
Oh, true. Oh, Anotand looking to get more allergic kills there. I'm not so sure about that. There was a Springled Tower. Maybe he didn't notice that, but that's good amount of damage. Now he's backing off a bit. If you're Anotand, do you
found.
feel like you did enough damage here? Because, like, I think I would
yeah.
feel like that.
Yeah, I'd feel quite comfortable in this situation now.
Like, he's been all over CSO for the past few minutes, right? Like, he killed the town center.
He killed the
he
TC. Yeah, that's the most
23
important part.
villagers. Like you don't count villagers like one by one, but you know you killed like 15, 20 villagers at least, right? Like
Yeah. You
but
know you
still,
probably like evened out the villager count.
yeah, and now probably like you're looking to get your town center or something, or like you want to grab some sites, which he was doing. He grabbed the site in the middle. Now he keeps attacking though. He doesn't wanna back off
Not
from
letting
it.
up. And we
But
got 25 on a
25?
Begeisha in queue.
Wow,
Yeah, he's going
okay.
full on a Begeisha. Now, on a Begeisha are fun, as in they actually counter every single thing that Anotand has on the field. And with sufficient mounted samurai there to, like, also, like... The thing is, on a Begeisha are a meat shield. They do a lot of damage against unarmored units. And they cover brilliantly for mounted samurai. Movement speed is also very similar, so you don't sacrifice mobility too much. They work really well in synergy. The only thing that they succumb to is melee brain. Whenever like pathing just doesn't work out, they don't get a good enough engagement, they get like caught out or something like that.
Yeah, melee brain, yeah, I get what you mean. But they have one big advantage against the melee brain, don't they? They have the range.
A little bit of more range. Yeah, they got a little bit more range, that's true.
Yeah, that's the... another town center coming up in the same spot. Well, I wanted to say, like, CSO still
Lightning never
has...
strikes twice.
Yeah, I just spotted it, actually killed a bunch more, I think 2 more villagers there. And
Yeah, and
the
he's had his own
income
second
though...
TC behind it.
Yeah, the income though, like now he's gonna slow down a bit. Meanwhile, CSO, most of his food income was thanks to the farms, right? And he's on boar now, and Anotand finished his boar. Anotand ate a lot of deer from the map, and now he's having some farms. He has, I think, 18 farms right now, compared to CSO having, I think,
Probably like 30, right?
A little bit close to 20, maybe?
Should be more like 30 at this point.
Maybe it's like that. Yeah, and now he was still on board with a few villagers. So the only difference is that he's not walled in, and he doesn't have 35 palisade walls. He's behind in villagers now, but 46 Bogeishas. Like, how are the Roost Wolves going to stop them?
Suddenly CSO pulled ahead in the military count. Anotand, he's not letting up though with these raids. He's getting villagers left, right, front, and center. Almost 30 villagers killed at this point in time now by Anotand. And, you know, he's gotten value. He's gotten his own second TC, and he's now doing his farm transition. He's doing his thing, adding in more units. Eventually should be able to, like, find his way up to Imperial Age, because he's getting close to 200 out of 200.
Oh yeah, but he just got a really important piece of information there. His knight got claimed by some Bogeishas, and now he knows that there are a lot of Bogeishas around the field, because I don't think he has seen them before. Maybe he spotted the barracks, I'm not 100% sure on that, but he just saw a lot of Bogeishas, and now he's queuing up more knights. Knights will be able to tank against them, right?
Honestly, it's really tough to say. Now he does have +2 melee armor on them, so they get 6 melee armor on the knights. The other Geisha, like, we do have some katana bannerments in there as well. The Honor Geisha should be doing like something like 12 damage at the moment per hit, I want to say. So half of it gets deflected. Should still be able to do a good amount of damage here.
Yeah,
and
it's
take a
also,
look at the Honor Geisha stats there.
Oh. Knights are going in again. He wants to keep those.
Oh, but this time we got the Shogunate
and...
Castle there.
Oh, they're gonna start getting like one tapped by the conscript there.
The Bogeisha. While the
Knights
are gone.
Well, yeah, the Knights are gone. Knights are not
it's
there.
It's only unarmored units.
Oh no, there is no unit that can stop them in the base now. Oh, he doesn't.
It's still tough to. Yeah, it's still tough to really go for the engagements. If you don't get a full surround with them, like, you can still get kited by crossbows.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Imperial
He's getting
Age
Castle of the Crow. Yeah. The Honor Bogeishas, I'm sure you know, they're one of the best units to upgrade to Elite.
Yeah,
because they're gonna get
16
like
damage.
Yeah, they're gonna get a lot more damage, a lot more value to them when they're Elite.
Only 5 villagers aging up though.
Wants to get a keep there. Oh, this could go
that's not happening.
very wrong.
Oh, the Honor Bogeishas. There's Knights though this time.
Oh, but are there enough? He's not even waiting
I
for
think there
Imperial.
are.
He's just like going for it. Oh, it looks like
Yeah,
Anotand
keep
gave
gets
up on the
put in the
keep.
back.
Okay, that's like very happy if you're CSO and you see that defensive keep, like in the
Yeah.
base there. Yeah.
Dude, this turned around so quickly.
Oh yeah, CSO played this one
He's got the
beautifully.
gold
Like
control.
he's got gold control. He's got relics. He's decapping sites right now. And he's got some villagers on the other big gold mine, right? Like the 16k one.
Yeah.
Sorry,
He has an
8K
outpost
one.
there. He
Yeah.
had an outpost there, and he just burned down the outpost from Anotand.
Yeah. Now how the tables have turned. Ruus was one of the most notorious civ, if that's correct to say, that wouldn't gather a lot of gold. We see another keep in the base, Crackedy, another keep in Anatand's base, and some Bugasias waiting on the berries there. He's just everywhere. You see the pink dots on the minimap just going everywhere. Anotand has to answer to all these little groups of raiding parties, like everywhere.
Exactly.
Man,
He's getting
Samurai
pulled
now
apart
too.
on the sides.
Yeah, like, well, you have
This
two
is why he
keeps in your
needs the
base.
defensive keeps.
Yes, exactly. They're gonna help with the defending, but he's just going to go wherever the keeps are not, right? Like, you cannot just carry your keeps around to defend your economy. But that keep in the south side is beautifully located on his farm, so CSO
Yeah,
is not
that's
really
gonna help him a
able to
lot.
find a lot of damage there.
And Anotand, he knows that he's like gold constricted right now, so he already anticipates that and puts the hunting cabins around the wood lines. Wants to get them in nice and early on a Bugatia. We're almost up to 100 on a Bugatia now. Would be if we weren't population cap right now. And they're about to be elite.
They're about to be elite, and you know what? They already get
Another
increased
keep.
torch. Another keep, and they already get that extra bit of the torch damage, right? Like, that's what we were
Yeah, the
talking about.
Unitech.
Ranged units, yeah, ranged units. They don't have the torch damage. Like, they don't have torches, and now we get the university upgrade coming in, and he wants to get this Paskaya tower. I think he also kind of needs the stone walls at some point. At like, playing against this is going to be really hard. CSO knows the timing is right for him, and he looks to go in. He wants to just
He's
burn
just burning
everything.
everything.
Yeah.
Hey,
if you don't fight
You
him,
can get
I'm
rid
just
of a
gonna
lot of
stay here.
infrastructure.
Yeah, he's just gonna stay there and burn everything down in Anotand's base, and he has some units, and he has a secret timer going behind it. Already 9 minutes.
Yeah. Anotand, in theory, like, he needs mass Streltsy now. They would deal pretty well up against the infantry ball here. And they're cheaper than normal hand cannons as well. The question is, can he really like get a big bunch of them up? Because like he doesn't have a lot of infrastructure. Right? He doesn't have a lot of archery ranges for it. He's getting a lead on the knights now instead. Oh no, boiling oil yet.
Boiling oil. He's trying to intercept these Bugasias from going in, but CSO manages to pull back the big chunk of them and keeps killing villagers. Now he's up to 24, 25 villager kills. And yeah, with all these relics and all these idle time, you can see that on the income per minute. CSO is pulling more and more ahead as every minute just goes by. He's just ahead.
Yeah. He can take his time, get upgrades, reinforce the sacred sites, reinforce the large gold veins that he's already pretty much got completely locked in his control now. Also seeing mass spearmen coming in. We do have the first couple of Streltsy now coming in for Anotand. This is the unit that could save him. He's also getting the halberd upgrade for the knights, so they're going to be doing a little bit more melee damage. It's just that, honestly, at this point in time, like, mass knights doesn't feel like the play. It's too expensive at the end of the day, and what Anotand needs is mass against mass. Mass Streltsy. He's
Those
taking
knights
apart
connecting.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're connecting, as you can see on the split screen there. They're trying to clean up that mass in the behind his base.
Takes a while.
But yeah, it takes a long while to kill them. Like, it's just like individually, they're really weak, right? Like, they're weak against knights, they're weak against archers, and they die to keeps really fast. But if you just
Is he
get like,
losing the fight? No.
is he losing that fight?
Almost, but
say
he's able to
sure.
clear it out.
Oh.
But it was, yeah, he knows it was too bad of a
he
trade to
wasn't.
keep going.
Yeah, he wasn't winning that fight like dominantly, and he needed those knights because those Brigatia waves weren't going to stop anytime soon, and Anotand knows it, knows what's about to happen. And yeah, look at the military count
That's a
just
crazy
skyrocketing.
military graph. You can really tell
Yeah,
where CSO made the decision. Okay, now on a Bugatia.
yeah. That's where it started going right for him, for CSO. And I don't know, I'm kind of quite happy to see Bogasias again. Instead of
They're a
like this
fun
game
unit.
didn't have any Mushas or horse archers. Although they're a really fun unit to play with. They're like a bit, well, just a lot of Bogasias, a lot of angry Bogasias just running around and burning down stuff. It was quite fun. It was quite interesting game.
Yeah, I mean, this reminded me a lot of how, like, you usually see, I want to say, like, Mali is played with the cow boom, right? Like, you just got a lot
Yeah.
of Sofa, a lot of Musafadi, and then you just try to pull your opponent to the sides, harass, destroy infrastructure, just be annoying. Just be annoying, because they're gonna have to do a transition at some point when it comes to their food. You don't have that. You just make units. That's your job. Next up, CSO. He's got Knights Templar, and Knights Templar, they're special on water. They're very unique. They're very, very strong currently. You can just make so many ships and get food income while gathering wood. It's great. It's absolutely great. Juji also a great civilization on water, especially on those hybrid maps, especially on Kawasan with those medi gardens in the middle of the map. With all the berries there, you can get some insane value there.
Exactly, and I'm quite curious about this matchup that we have here because I had the opportunity to play this matchup today, but mine didn't go very well. Let's just leave it at that. But I picked Order of the Dragon, so now here we have Anotand, VES Anotand on the east side of the map, playing as Sushi's Legacy, and CSO playing as Knight Templar in color purple and going for a dog straight away on Kawasan here. What do you think here? Can Sushi's Legacy stop them from being like number one Civ, arguably on hybrids and water right now?
I'm gonna quote Anotand here.
Hmm.
Crackedy, my friend, I tell you, my Juji on water on hybrid it cannot be beaten. I go fast feudal, I make sheep, I make boat, I win. Every time. Let's see if that holds up this time around. Because Knights Templar, they're spicy on water.
Well, those are some confident words, and yeah, Anotand is indeed a really good, really famous Sushi's Legacy player. So let's see if that will happen here against CSO. CSO, we still like you cannot really define CSO with just one playstyle. I feel like because he has been playing really good
He's weird,
almost
dude.
every,
He
almost every
plays
game.
weird. He plays
No,
weird, but it's so great.
yeah, but like, oh, a barracks also coming up
Oh,
from.
that's great.
That's
That's so
great.
great.
Like
Yeah,
he knows.
like
Can we?
blocking the Medi Garden.
Okay. Crackedy, I know you like Sushi's Legacy, but let's look over at Anatand's place and let's see what he's actually doing. How is he gathering his gold for an age up? You know
Oh
what's
man,
happening there
Marinelord
right
would,
now.
yeah,
Can we
Marinelord
get
would
a
call him
zoom
out
in?
for that.
Yeah, can we get a zoom in for those villagers? So
This is
every
high-level
time.
tax evasion.
Oh, okay, high level tax evasion. Well, we gotta ask
Oh, this is
about
a
this. I
Medi
feel
Garden at home if
that's
I've ever seen one. That's so
meditation gardens at
sad.
home because I think ideally you want to drop it in the middle of the map, right? Where there's
Yeah, I
all the
mean, look
juicy
at the difference.
berries.
Look at the
Yeah,
difference. That's like 150 food per minute and 25 gold.
but
That oh my
there it
god.
is. That's
Yeah,
the
that's why
guy.
you can't.
Yeah, that's why.
That's him. He
Yeah,
single-handedly blocked. Dude,
look at him. He's
honestly,
actually carrying the whole Knights Templar there. That
honestly,
guy.
I feel like it would have honestly just been worth going for an outpost in the middle of the map, right next to the Medi Garden, just to like put it up here. It's so much value. And he's now
It's
going for the out. Oh my god! If the dog
yeah,
gets
no.
blocked,
No, he's
Oh,
gonna build
no.
it. We all know. We all know.
Yeah,
That's a
Zhuji
Chinese.
builds it fast.
Yeah, Sushi and Chinese, they're gonna build it fast. But maybe he's gonna lose the villager for it, because pulling another one.
pulling
Okay,
another.
then he won't. Then he won't lose it. Hello, you
He's gonna
can
lose
pull
it.
back. I think.
Oh, is
Is he
that
gonna
time?
lose it? I think he's gonna lose it. I think he waited like for a few
Yeah,
seconds.
I think it's
the charge.
too long. Oh,
What?
Oh, he
What?
stopped.
No, you can't stop the dog. It's a Chinese dog.
Ah,
Well, okay, just spared its life. That villager's life, I feel like. And CSO is looking to get his own age up. So what
He's
what
not that
happened there in
far off.
Anotand's? Yeah, he's not that far off, and it's only gonna take him 45 seconds to age up. So
he's just gonna dock the other pond now.
well, the good news is there won't be another dock on that pond where CSO already is fishing, right? Because he had the spearman, so
Yeah.
he can actually. I feel like he can actually make another dock there and just like fight off Anotand from his own pond, but he's actually opting to go for the control on the other pond there on the northeast side.
Only 3 fishing ships here. I mean, let's see. So yeah, he can just have them garrison inside there.
Yeah.
Like he can still like. He's probably not gonna reinvest into that side. I want to say. I think he's just gonna give that side up. Like it's just not worth it, right?
It's just not worth. I mean, he could. Oh, it's actually yeah. Those
Yeah, it's not worth
boats died very early. I would say that wasn't really worth it. I guess happens. Sometimes happens, but I feel like he could maybe fight for it if he had a dog, because he already has the boats there to like repair.
Yeah, to
which is
heal.
the-
That helps.
to heal and repair is like in the first few boats, maybe. Well,
The issue is like
just
once the
choices.
double composition is out there, it like
Yeah.
when you're on a single dock, you cannot come back with like
Yeah.
minimum micro.
Yeah, and I think there, as pointed out by our observer, there Anotand is getting stoned passively, right? He's very very close to get an arrow slits there on that pawn. So
yeah.
probably CSO just felt like he doesn't have to fight for it. Like where where Anotand has a dog already up, like it's not worth fighting against the.
CsO's just triple docking this pond.
Oh.
In order
Okay,
to...
I thought this like was
Yeah, same.
You thought the same? You thought the
Yeah.
same? Yeah.
I
was like, whoa.
gasped for a second. I was like, wait, what? No way. But then
No way. Yeah. I was like, no way. No way he gets a dock like between 3 docks. So yeah, what do you think of this Sushi's Legacy just aging up with like 0 gold gathered, just doing some of that tax micro there? Let's call it
I mean,
tax micro.
I think honestly, I think it's fine because like you're not really, it's not that efficient, right? Because you got to drop off after every time. Sometimes pathing screws it up and makes it really inefficient. You do save up on pretty much the initial mining camp. That's like the main thing, right? Like you save up on the initial mining camp, you save up on the walking time of moving the villagers out to the gold mine. I don't think it's broken per se. What I do think though is that enables for some incredibly clutch timings, especially on these hybrid maps. Now the question is, do you want to like balance all around those hybrid maps now? I think tax maybe needs like a complete redesign in the first place anyways.
Yeah.
Because right now, like I think in general, like all of these passive resource generations, especially when it comes to like gold, like infinite resources, I think there needs to be a new look at them. See like, okay, where does it make sense? Where does it not make sense? And there should be a clear goal of having certain resources be finite, like absolutely finite, not infinite in 1v1s, I want to say.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I understand that. I just think that, just a guess, just my guess. I haven't like confirmed this with any of the like developers or anything, but I think that's not the intended mechanic with the tax there, at least. Just like the bounty for Ruse that we had the problems with after the rework, if you remember. I think it could work like that, maybe. Like as you gather resources for like after 5 or 6 resources, like wood or food or gold, stone, whatever, that you also get like secondary resource, that you generate a secondary resource which is like the tax, and then you drop that tax off because like one food is the same. Like just drop off is just the same.
Yeah,
You just get one
that's something
tax,
that
right?
has this is something that has bothered me actually for quite a while. Is that wheelbarrow is actually a nerf for China when you get wheelbarrow early on.
Yeah, so that would be also like making more sense in that way, right? Well, we will see what they will do about that in the future, and as we see, CsO just firmly controlling his own pawn there, and yeah, we have the scores up now. And can we get a quick check on the fishing boat counts on each side? It looks like pretty even because Sushi's Legacy is still producing faster. Their
CsO
dogs
should
still
be.
produce-
Yeah, but CsO, he
16.
sacrificed villagers for aging up, right? So
Yeah,
CsO being
yeah,
ahead
true.
by 2 when he should be behind by 3. Yeah, he's got a good lead there at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, that scout is barely surviving. And Anotand, now, I think one of the reasons we see a lot of... Wow, he's going for that dog. He's
Ooh.
really, really going for that dog. And that dog is going up very fast. But is it
Just
worth
China
it?
things.
Just China things.
Arrow slits
Instantly.
immediately.
Yeah.
Now he needs to defend it though.
Well,
And he
can
can't.
he defend it?
No,
Like-
no way.
Arrowsit is not gonna do anything against the
Maybe
land
just-
units there.
Yeah, maybe just cancel and go for a second TC instead.
Hmm.
I'm not sure if you want to really go for that though. I think right now the best play would be Jugenu all in, mainly because the Chevalier only have 2 armor, so
Yeah,
it's way less scary than actual knights. Like you can
So
just
that was
spam
my
Jugenu and be
thought.
fine.
Exactly. Sorry to interrupt you there. That was actually my thought because you just like you were just spot on with that. Like I actually haven't played this matchup here, so I have only 2 armor. And if Sushi's Legacy goes for an all-in, like there isn't much room for you to just like flank them or call off reinforcements here. Like in this type of scenario, like you cannot really go for a flank, go for like their economy. It's actually very narrow map when you think about it for the land units. And we see a demo getting sniped by the Shukunu there. That was beautiful
Yeah.
snipe for Anotand, extending his lifetime on that lake and being more annoying on CSO's lake. The dog is very low health for now. I think he will look to get this repaired. And Shukunu, you can see they're doing
There's no
a lot
armor
of
upgrade.
damage.
And Anotand has the damage
armor.
upgrade.
Oh,
This is like the prime sin of things
God,
that you can't do up against Jugenu.
Oh, okay. That makes a bit more sense now. Yeah, that makes a bit more sense why those guys died really, really fast. Anotand is backing off, although CSO also, I think, thought
He's massing resource. I think Anotand's
Yeah.
he's bailing on the idea of feudal age. He wants to go castle age. I don't like that. I really enjoy the
Chicken
idea
noose?
of just no, not necessarily Jugnus, but I enjoy the idea of hunkering down in feudal age and just winning with mass units when it's not me that's losing to it.
Yeah, that good thing that you pointed that last part out for us. Well, yeah, I think both options are quite good for him. Like he can still age up cheaper, and he's already aging up.
Mount Blue, okay.
Oh, still no armor and he's getting melted. Like he knows his opponent doesn't even have the +1 yet, and with an age up, with a veteran upgrade and supervision, if he gets like +2. He doesn't even need the spearman, and which he's not queuing anymore. Like only 4 spearmen. He doesn't even care about like Chevalier Confer at this point.
It's just a charge
Yeah.
break or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, but like with all those berries around, like he will have fairly good
Oh, he's being patient.
pathing. Yeah, he's been patient. Like he has to back off a bit. It's still a lot of heavy cavalry after all, right? Like you don't want to throw away your advantage there. Just giving ground slowly as he's waiting for his upgrade, and that upgrade is coming in really fast, as we can see. And now he's adding knights.
Just a couple, I think. He definitely will want +2 pierce damage. Yeah, that's coming in next. We don't have the there it is. Upgrade on the supervision coming in as well. Very, very good upgrade. Boosting that from 150 to 300%. You're able to pump, like, basically with this upgrade, you only need one production building for the entire early castle age duration. Just
Yeah.
because like you're not gonna have enough economy to produce out of more than that. What are these walls?
Look at that wall! I was about to say, look at that wall. That's actually a 5-head wall. Like, is he going to even look at it? Like, okay, don't bring him there. Don't make him see your beautiful walls that are about to come up. Castle Age by CSO, 35 seconds away. He wants to just run back.
There's still a window though.
As much as he can. Yes, I think that wall also kind of guarantees like 2 relics for him. The one in the corner and his sacred site for the pilgrims.
Yeah.
Which is basically...
This wall is great.
Like, yeah, this wall is great. This wall is very good. If he gets that up completely though.
Yeah.
And yeah, such a good landmark for early Castle Age, isn't it? The Mount Blue Academy.
Is this too greedy, this dive?
Oh, killed 1 pilgrim and 1 chevalier.
Yeah, the age up is in now though. This is the moment in time where he might want to really trade out.
There is nothing in the
but he's
town
not going
center
for it. Yeah, there's only 2 units there. Like, he can, in theory, ignore the TC just because there's nothing in it giving it damage.
Oh, Anotand is looking for that other pilgrim and successfully finding it. Beautiful pick off there from him. Up to 6 knights. CSO is adding Templar Brothers and keeps making archers. They have a bit of extra HP that can help against Chukanus there.
Yeah.
But he needs that
what are we getting?
armor.
Nest of Bees now?
Oh, the Nest of Bees, of course. And
I mean, they
Anotand
make everything better.
sniping some of the fishing ships. Shipping fish, I was about to say.
I mean, Nest of Bees can, in theory, snipe onto the shoreline, right? Like, they can do some damage up against the ships. Do we have enough Jugunu here now? The thing is, like, archers, once they get veterancy in, they do a lot more damage. Oh my god, CSO, the no-looker doesn't get shot at it wasn't too bad of a hit at the end of the day.
Could be way
walk
worse. Could be way worse with that second Nest of Bee out, and Anotand successfully, I think he's playing this one quite beautifully. Like, this is what you should be doing, I feel like, if you have the middle control on Kawasan, because suddenly your lake is not your lake anymore. It's like you're just getting sieged down by some Nest of Bees, Bangonels, Pringles, or archers even, like, at some point. And yeah, he's getting a dock up. Like, that's not your lake anymore. That's our lake. It's contested now.
This time around, it's going to be a lot harder for CSO to take that dock down. Immediately, arrow slits in placement, coming in once again. Anotand, if he wants to, he can repair that with the Nest of Bees next to it. CSO, he's in his element once again. He's just adding in more and more of the Templar Brothers. Anotand, though, he's now mixing in crossbow. And this is something that I think needs to get addressed at some point. Crossbows and Jugunu looks way too similar.
Oh yeah, 100%.
They look way too similar.
Well, I 100% agree with you. There is only one tiny little improvement that they have done recently, though, which is their reload animation. If they're standing still, their reload animation kind of helps just tiny bit more, as we see CSO just playing with fire there, literally against Nest of Bees, just barely dodging them. And big demo hit from Anotand. CSO has to fight for this, right? Okay, that's a nice counter damage. It's a nice counter damage, but he's just going. He's just going in. Like, it's gonna get cornered. Is there any? Okay, no damage.
If he loses the army, does he have the means? This is the thing, right? Like, if he loses the army. Yeah, like, if he loses the army, he doesn't have the economy to reproduce ever since the shore, like, the water gets locked down. I think he's gonna lose the army, honestly. Like, we're up to 10 crossbows now.
Like, is this a desperation?
Spearman coming in? It feels like it.
He's in the wood line there, causing a lot of chaos in that wood line.
Maybe he's overestimating Knights Templar economy.
Oh, maybe he's just...
He's getting some damage in.
wouldn't that be better for him if he went for his own mangonels? Like, I know it's Castle Age Nest of Bees against Castle Age mangonels. Oh, that's a
not clock
beautiful
tower.
pickoff.
Oh,
Two Nest of Bees
yeah,
just
that's
going
great.
down really fast, and villagers are trying to help. Some of the Nest of Bees
the
are injured,
wall!
but oh, he just used the wall to get out. Of course, that's a 5-hit play right there by CSO. Beautifully played. Just that wall isn't complete though.
Oh, it's not finished.
Oh, okay. But managed to kill some Nest of Bees for it, for all his troubles. And the destroyed value looks pretty similar there.
Yeah.
Plus the idle time, let's say, but he hasn't grabbed a single relic yet. And no siege on site for him, so after all is done, I feel like he will be back to the same position, but just slightly worse economy, maybe just because of those relics. Like you can see, Anotand is banking up a lot of gold, cleaning up that dock.
The issue that I see for Anotand is we're getting to the point where he's overfishing, and he just lost a good chunk of his own villagers. Like, he lost like 20 villagers there. That hurt. Like, the raid definitely hurt, and he is adding in a second TC now behind this, courtesy of all the free stone that he's gotten so far from the meditation garden. It's gonna take a while, though, to pay off.
Yeah, maybe this is going to slow him down, but he has a good number of spearmen in queue and on the field to defend himself. And remember, the map is very narrow, and you can see that sprinkled outpost in action. CSO looking to get rid of that quite fast. Well, to be fair, CSO could actually get rid of all these buildings from the center if he made some trebuchets. Ooh, just lost a lot of archers in the south side. It's east side of Anotand's base, and now he has to back off. Those sprinkled emplacements are hurting him a lot. And yeah, he's getting his first relic, it looks like. And yeah, after everything we see economy and the military counts are even, but the positioning in the map with the second town center, I feel like Anotand is just slightly ahead.
I'm honestly not sure, because economy is pretty even between them, and CSO has got the he's got the pilgrims. 3-2 relics, actually. So CSO did manage to get the two relics in that he walled off.
Yeah. Well, the fortress is coming up.
Yeah, that's the thing that I was looking for. Like a fortress now that's going to be an additional 130 gold per minute for him as well. And a landmark to keep to secure the gold there. He's once again like pulling Anotand apart here when it comes to like harassing on the sides.
Yeah, you can see the income, like overfishing. I think we need to look at those fishing boats from Anotand, because I think they're not working or dropping off a single food there. Like they're just going from deep sea to deep fish. Yeah, that's what overfishing does. Yeah, just in our seas. See, no more fish, no more sushis for us, and no more.
It's gonna have to go to the shoreline fish, or at least to the couple of stacks that are remaining there on the shoreline. See, so he's now up to 22 Templar brothers, and this is where it starts to become dangerous, because with the special upgrade on the Templar brothers, for every charging knight they do +2 damage. With 24, that's 48 additional charge damage. That's already pretty crazy. If a spearman doesn't brace that, like any infantry unit basically gets demolished by that. Once you get up to like 50 Knights Templar, the charge becomes nuclear.
Yeah, that's gonna be really scary for him. And Anotand has the wall here, like it's funny to see this wall coming in from Anotand.
And we're getting like 2 additional fortresses.
Yeah, just like the fortress numbers, like it's gonna just only increase if you don't start to siege them down. And the town center, like he can do another fortress. Like it's crazy. Anotand is looking to
Anotand
push
with
in.
keep.
Yeah,
that's
but
good.
like the good thing is this is. I don't know if you agree with me, but I feel like Knights Templar is very similar to an Age of Empires 2 civilization when it comes to it. When it comes to just taking damage and leaving your base, I feel like. Because you don't have any landmarks. Like, you can just leave. Like you
Oh,
have
that's what he
landmarks,
meant.
obviously, but like you can just leave. Like your town center is just a town center after all. You can just build another one. There isn't like something that you just cannot give up in your base. Like if you have your production somewhere else, if you have your keeps
Yeah.
somewhere else, like obviously that's just like the pilgrims. You just don't get them anymore, right? So that's not ideal. So Anotand is going for it, as we don't see any fortress around CSO's main town center there, but he has a dangerous amount of knights. Now he spots the keep from Anotand. Oh,
Oh, he cancels it?
he just cancelled that and wants to get one, yeah, next to his town center, because I think next
Without
up
it,
will
no
be,
pilgrims.
yeah, no pilgrims. So he has to respect that push from Anotand. And yeah, I think next coming up is the trebuchets, and I think Templar has the advantage on that. Oh, those are the builds.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a couple of them. I mean, this is the thing right now. Like, this is where it doesn't matter how many keeps, or how many fortresses Knights Templar has. If the main TC is gone, there will be no more pilgrims.
Yes, exactly. So that's the number one reason to defend your main base as Knights Templar, different than the other civs. And he's already, oh, he's going in the south corner. Stonewall is
Stonewall
not
not in
in
time.
time. Oh, and he's just
The
picking
villager,
him
he's
apart.
committing!
Like, he's just committing. He's killing villagers and killing spearmen here. Like, if he charges on them, like, if he connects a successful charge with the upgrade, 37 Templar Brothers, like, they're going to just ravage, like, wreak havoc in Anotand's economy once again. Big idle time. IOs is going down. Villagers are going down. And one more thing I just remembered after seeing those archers from Knights Templar. If he has to defend under his keeps, he's gonna get one more armor against the Chukanus and all those crossbows. Like, that's huge. Oh, losing some villagers on the gold.
Not too many, though,
Not
and he
too
does
many,
have to
not
keep
too
there.
many.
Yeah, and the Templar Brothers, the majority of them survived. That's
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
huge for CSO.
Yeah. And again, he was going for the snipe with the nest of bees again, and Anotand is building those beautiful walls, protecting his siege, making it easier for his infantry mass to hold off the cavalry charge, maybe. And CSO is making trebuchets.
Making trebuchets. I mean, he doesn't get any bombards, anything like that in Imperial Age. Trebuchets are kind of like Knights Templars' answer to siege as well, like the trebuchets from them, because they do shoot an additional projectile. But they're
Yep.
actually decent anti-siege.
Yeah, they're decent anti-siege, especially when you have them in Imperial Age with one more extra projectile. Did you see that? Oh, two traps just went down to took away half of the HP from that trebuchet there. And
Does Anotand
Templar
realize
brothers
it's gone?
are back.
And now oh my god, we're up to 33 of them. These charges
They're
are gonna
back.
be insane. Anotand needs to protect his base.
I want to see the charge. You
Where's
can
the
see them
military?
glowing.
Oh, they're destroying.
Oh, they just like, I think they just one tap the spearman there. Or
Yeah,
like,
I
that
think
was,
so
like,
too.
One like blow away from the archer to die. Like that was insane
And he
amount of
doesn't have the
damage.
crossbow count.
Like he has to come back with everything because archers are here now. Like CSO
Yeah, the
knew-
siege.
Yeah, I knew the siege was just at the front there. Like they're still here.
You
And
need a
there's
full
no-
stone wall.
Oh yeah, you need a full stone wall. CSO is just playing this one beautifully, and Anotand as well. But he just like cannot get into CSO's base because he keeps attacking him on the sides here.
CSO's just doing an amazing job with the raids, with just pulling Anotand's army apart, and he just can't react to all of these different points there at the same time. Like every time Anotand goes forward, CSO somehow manages to move his army to the flank and force the entire brunt of Anotand's might back.
Yeah,
Okay,
like
able to
the
pick up
army
a couple
value.
Knights Templar there.
Yeah, but like the army
Look at the
value.
gold income.
Yeah. This is just this is Templar, like Knights Templar dream game, and he's going to get Imperial Age without building a landmark and in a fairly fast timing. And like, how are you going to stop 40 elite Templar brothers Like, you don't even need anything else. 40 Elite Templar Brothers and just
Especially
go
with
for it.
Kingdom of Poland.
Yeah,
Kingdom
with
of
the
Poland,
Kingdom
get the
of
bonus
Poland and
HP,
the charge.
the bonus charge.
Oh,
Oh my
I
god.
don't, like, I want to see that happening. I'm sorry, but this is just, like, you don't get that every day. You don't get
You know
40...
when it happens, it's GG,
Yeah.
but you kind of want to see it happen anyways.
Yeah, I kind of want to see it happen because, like, that is like FFA territory, like team games, maybe FFA. Look at that, the low
150
one,
cataphracts.
like, yeah, 150 cataphracts. Like you have unlimited population, unlimited economy, and then like you go in a custom game with your friend, and you test this new cool unit that's called Templar Brother, and then like you just charge, and then you just like evaporate everything, and then you're like, wow, this unit is amazing. And someone does it in a tournament, that's gonna be very cool. What?
Ooh, Republic of Venice.
Republic of
It's not
Venice.
Kingdom of Poland.
Oh, he wants to siege down with the
Yeah,
ships.
the ships.
Oh,
The special Venice ships
special ships
with the
yes.
trebuchet on them. Oh, the wolf.
Oh, come on, get rid of the wolves.
They serve no purpose in this game.
Nothing, absolutely nothing.
In AV2, at least they kill units.
Yeah. Okay, no Poland, so I'm a bit less enthusiastic about it now. I'm more enthusiastic about the ships. Oh, that's a lot of knights getting trapped, and yeah, that's...
Yeah, we went from 40 to 20 knights.
Yeah.
That was a big kill.
That was a big kill, but the economy is still intact from CSO, and he's an Imperial Age Anotand following suit with Jangnan Tower, not too far away.
That's not quite the Imperial Age landmark. That's Yuan Dynasty. No, Song Dynasty even.
Like
Time
all
for
these
farms.
raids, I want to point out something, Crackedy. All these raids, and CSO is managing them really well. That Anotand only has one Imperial official alive.
Oh my god.
I feel
Really?
that's like,
Yeah, he
quite
does only have
significant,
one.
Yeah.
And he's
He
in the
does
middle
have
there
one.
with the gold. Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah,
hello? Yes, CSO is just attacking the gold now. Doesn't care about that Springle emplacement that's about to go down anyway. Oop,
yeah.
nest of bees. They're rushing to
The
have
first
these
Venetian
villagers
ship is
the
coming in
middle.
as well. Dude, CSO, he's just going full Condottiero. Condottiero has been buffed as well. They got so much more armor now.
Oh yeah, he's going Condottieros.
only
Like, this
cost
is like
gold.
actually my first time
Good
seeing
unit now.
Condottieros.
Oh, we're not seeing them!
No,
Oh, but
we wanted to
that's
see
the last
them.
game of the set as well. That's a 3-0
No.
for CSO.